Another area which will need special focus in India are obviously the MSMEs and their need for capital to propel India's growth, especially in light of the Make in India initiative, where MSMEs have an important role to play. MSMEs already contribute almost 1/3 of India's nominal GDP and account for 40% of our exports. Most importantly, they're also a major employment generator in the economy. Traditionally, a big challenge in providing credit to MSMEs has been the lack of credit information and information asymmetry created due to it. Many MSMEs tend to lack proper financial records or the financial resources to get external credit ratings. On the equity side, the SME platform has made significant strides in becoming a viable alternative for the MSMEs to raise equity capital. But due to these limitations, it becomes challenging for banks as well as the public debt capital markets to properly price the risk and hence to lend to these SMEs. There are a lot of data points which are available now, whether it's the GST or the bureau data, which is making the lending to MSMEs to that extent much easier now. I'm sure in the equity markets also, these data points will help in structuring the equity offerings. In recent years, fintechs and banks have started to dig for credit information from publicly available data and using analytics to create a credit profile. For instance, SBI has launched a business rule engine based credit assessment for SMEs, which is end-to-end digitalized process depending on the data available. And today we are able to give an in-principle credit approval in 15 minutes to an SME. So RBI has also made important contributions like the TREDS facility, which allows an MSME to access trade receivables financing through an electronic platform. But for greater involvement of capital markets in funding these important pillars of the economy, we will need to find a way to formalize and collate all these disparate sources of information and create a repository to enable investors to correctly price the credit risk on these MSMEs. In addition to this, we will require a viable mechanism to track the actual use of these funds to ensure that the funds are utilized for the purposes they have been raised for, probably through the establishment of a separate market infrastructure institution with powers to track the use of borrowed funds or the funds raised through the equities. This will provide comfort to lenders as well as investors to make pricing more competitive.